bandana wrap around your head, the bandana wrap around your head for niggas that's scared. Ain't nobody truller than me, ain't nobody truller than Scott, ain't nobody truller, man, I'm taking this spot. Yeah, these niggas that's scared.
Brothers in the city moving slow, 3500 for the coat. Only real niggas keep you flow, Only true niggas I know, 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 only true niggas I know.
What a trade, what a trade, what a trade. The Pacers just lost Paul George due to trading him to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Wow. So, the Pacers in return got Oladipo and Sabonis. And personally, this ain't the worst trade in the world or anything, but the Pacers could actually win this trade if we're being honest. I mean, the Thunder, I've said this before, they may need to trade Russell Westbrook now that they have Paul George. And honestly, they didn't even give up much to get him. They traded Oladipo and Sabonis. Sabonis, who, he's okay. He's solid. Oladipo, who I think is a very underrated shooting guard. I think it was hard to play with Russell Westbrook, to be honest. If you're a guard or a ball handling small forward, it's going to be hard to play with Russell Westbrook. That's just facts, okay? But besides that, they gave up two okay pieces to their team that contributed last year, don't get me wrong, but you know, they were solid pieces. But Paul George is going to Oklahoma City, and honestly, like I said, it really depends on how it pans out to see the winner and loser of this. But right now, I'd have to say the winners are the Pacers. And let me explain. It's not like, you know, the Thunder didn't win, but the Pacers had to get rid of Paul George, and they got something in return for him that's pretty good. Victor Oladipo, who was a top pick of his draft class, I think is a really solid player. Someone who could play the point and the shooting guard. He did play both in Orlando, and he's a good defender as well. Sabonis, who, like I said before, he can help with their bench, I guess. He's a solid player. And honestly, it really just comes down to they got something back for Paul George, because sometimes you don't get anything back for a lot of these players that walk. And when it comes to the Thunder side, the reason I say that they're not the biggest winners of this trade is because you don't even know if this is just a one-year rental or if Paul George is actually going to commit. And most likely he's not going to commit. And if Paul George doesn't commit, and you got Russell Westbrook, who's going to be a free agent next year, if he chooses to opt out, you know, what if, you know, he leaves and Paul George leaves? Then you got to push the reset button. And personally, if Russell Westbrook was to opt in his contract and to stay another year, I would personally trade him after that. I would trade Russell Westbrook for that, because in my personal opinion, why would you keep him? I don't understand why fans want players to suffer on horrible teams just so they can put up good numbers. Of course, his numbers are going to keep looking good, but they're not going to amount to wins. And with how strong the West is, oh my God, the West has everybody now. With how strong the West is, Jesus, why would you want them to keep him? I don't want Russell Westbrook to keep suffering on that team, to keep dragging that team to the playoffs, and them losing Victor Oladipo, and most likely they will lose Paul George, because Paul George wants to be in the big city. He wants to be in LA, a big market. Oklahoma City, Indiana, those are not big markets. No one really wants to play for those organizations. People want to go to LA. People want to go to Miami. People want to go to, well, they used to, or they should have wanted to go to New York, because the mecca of basketball. But so you can understand what I'm saying. Those big markets. No one wants to go to Oklahoma City or Indiana, Minnesota. I mean, Chris Paul most likely would have gone to Minnesota had they been a big market. But Jesus, I mean, Paul George, personally, I think he's gone. He's out of there after next season. I mean, unless the Thunder somehow shockingly beat the Golden State Warriors, which will never happen. I just don't see the Thunder really keeping Paul George. And no matter how much money they throw at him, he's going to LA. I've already predicted it. Paul George has already said it. And I know I didn't mention it in my top 3 destinations, but that's because I was just looking at everything from a fit perspective. And last year, let's be real, no one was really thinking about Paul George going to LA in terms of the fit perspective. They were looking at Paul George going to LA in terms of what he wanted. But in conclusion, the Pacers did win this trade simply due to the fact they got something that has value for Paul George, and the Thunder are most likely not going to hold on to Paul George anyway because he's leaving. And if they're not going to hold on to Paul George, Russell Westbrook is most likely going to walk for nothing. Unless Russell Westbrook is going to be like Carmelo and do something stupid like re-sign with the Thunder so he can suffer for more years but continue to be the man in Oklahoma City. But besides that, y'all know the winners, y'all know the losers. This is your boy, The Point God, signing out. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and add me on Snapchat. Links will be down below. Comment your opinions. I want to know what you think about this trade. Hit that like button. Also subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell. Y'all know it all. This is your boy, The Point God, signing out. Have a great day. Peace.
Alright, okay, it's late, yeah. Uber to your crib, I cannot wait, yeah. It's lit. I've been moving at a race. Straight up. Tell me what we going through's a face. Shit I can't escape, all this shit I can't evade. Niggas wanna hate, yeah, they do that by the day.